Hey everyone, you notice anything different about me? I actually wasn't planning on recording today, but I just called my sister and she was hysterically laughing at me, so I just had to pull out the camera and start talking. If you couldn't tell, half of my mouth is currently numb, so let's backtrack a few weeks ago. So I was having a toothache on this side, and basically the past 3 weeks I've only been chewing on the left side of my mouth because the thing that's hard about traveling is I'm not near my usual dentist, I'm not near my usual doctors, and you want to trust where you're going and make sure you're in the right hands. So the past few weeks I decided that I would just wait and see if it got better, but it didn't. So now I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I have family here and they referred me to a dentist, so I spent the whole morning there. I actually wasn't sure which tooth was bothering me. I just knew whenever I chewed on the right side, it would. So they did some x-rays, a sensitivity test, and the dentist saw that I had a small fracture on one of my upper right teeth. He ended up putting a temporary cap on it, so I will have to come back here in 3 weeks to replace it. So I will be traveling the next 3 weeks, but I'm not going to go too far from Arizona. Not only did I take out my camera today to show you guys what I look like, but I've also been asked a handful of times what I do while traveling full time when it comes to doctors and dentists. So I figured I'd share all of that with you today. Let's start with dental insurance because that's pretty easy. I don't have it. So I have to pay out of pocket. I go to the dentist twice every year for a cleaning. I believe it's around like $200-300 each time, and that's just what I do. Now for health insurance, that's a little more complicated. I have Blue Cross, which is really great because I can go to any pharmacy or doctor across the entire country as long as they take that insurance. It's a little over $600 a month, so my expenses have pretty much doubled this year. But I need the insurance and it's just really helpful because I'm in a different state basically every week, every other week, and I know I'm covered wherever I go. I haven't gone to any doctors that weren't in New York so far, but I've mentioned before I do have epilepsy. So every 3 months I do need to pick up a prescription. So I'll just go to a Walgreens, get that wherever I am every 3 months, and I'm good to go. This is a basic summary of what works for me. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave a question in the comments. I can try and answer it, and if I can't, I'm pretty sure there's someone else that can. One other thing I would say is I do have a primary doctor, a dentist, a neurologist, all of that in New York because that is where I grew up. So when I go and visit family, that's a perfect time to go. So I do each of those annually, but I do know that if I need to see someone across the country, I can. Yeah, that's just what happened when I turned 26. But it's important to stay healthy, so there you go. Well, you guys, it's now 3 weeks later. I just went into the dentist and got my permanent cap on, so now I am all good, which also means that I can now leave Arizona. I have been here for an entire month, which I am really happy about because I said one of my goals this year was to slow down. So spending an entire month in one state for me is something completely different than I did last year. Last year, I was constantly bouncing around, basically in a different state every week. So this was just a great amount of downtime. I did so much here, went to Tucson, Phoenix, Grand Canyon, a few other places. But today is my last day in Arizona, and then I'm gonna head to California. I also want to give a quick shout out to the employees at that dentist office. They were so sweet, took great care of me, and I am so appreciative of this experience. So thank you guys so much. Now, I think we all know that California prices are absolutely insane. Since this is my last day in Arizona, I feel like this is a good time to get some errands done. First up is definitely gas. This will be the cheapest fill up for a while. Before I go run my errands, I want to tell you guys about today's partner, Rosetta Stone. Like I've mentioned, I recently just finished planning a trip to Italy this summer, and I thought it would be important to learn some Italian, which is why I've been using Rosetta Stone for a few minutes each day. Rosetta Stone is an immersive language learning app that uses context to help you learn a new language in your own unique way. Instead of just memorizing words, you learn through images, audio from native speakers, and through interactive activities. This helps you think and speak in your new language like if you were actually there. One of the best things about Rosetta Stone is how flexible it is. Lessons can be as short as 10 minutes, so you can fit it into your busy schedule. What really sets Rosetta Stone apart is its true accent technology, which helps perfect your pronunciation. It listens to your voice and gives you real-time feedback so you can speak with the right accent. I think learning a new language can be very intimidating, but Rosetta Stone breaks it down into bite-sized, manageable lessons that make it easy and motivating. If you want to try Rosetta Stone for yourself, you can use my exclusive link to get lifetime access to all 25 languages for 60% off right now. Or you can use the QR code on the screen. As always, link in my description. All right, let's go run some errands. Perfect time to throw out garbage. You may have noticed my grocery haul looked pretty different than usual. That's because I'm going on a camping trip and I was in charge of the food, so I had to get some snacks, some s'mores ingredients, of course, because you can't have a camping trip without s'mores. I have one more stop to make. Unfortunately, I spilt coffee all over my bed, so I need to go to a laundromat and wash my sheets and my blankets, and possibly I have to get a new mattress. I'm not sure. I think it seeped through, so I have to check on that. This is my third time at this laundromat. Usually I really don't like doing laundry, but I don't mind when I go to this one because it's really clean. It's just really nice. I don't know. So if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend Tiny Bubbles Laundry. That was an extremely productive day. I got everything done that I needed to. So after an entire month in Arizona, it's finally time to head to California. One last fill up before we get to Cali. This is home for the night. It's so beautiful. Unfortunately, it's been pretty trashed. People really left garbage everywhere, so we're gonna have to do a little cleanup in the morning. I really haven't been driving a lot, so those 3 hours felt pretty long. It's really warm out here, so I'm just gonna put my hair up in some braids and then make some dinner. I can't remember the last time I did this, but I'm making breakfast for dinner and I'm so excited. We've got some Kodiak pancakes and maple syrup. And there you have it, 2 pancakes, and of course we gotta put a ton of maple syrup on it. Yum. How good does that look? Okay, I think I may have gone a little overboard with the syrup. I didn't realize how fast it was gonna come out. Cheers. Amazing. This was such a good call. I'm not really sure why, but it feels weird to say I'm in California right now. I was actually in California around the same time last year, but last year it only took me about a week to get from Florida to California, and this time it took me 3 whole months. Having to stay in Arizona for 3 weeks because of the dentist was actually a blessing in disguise, because not only did I slow down, but I also created more of a community, which was also a goal I set for myself this year. I spent the majority of last year on my own, and I was completely okay with that because I was just so excited to travel and see new places. But this year, I really wanted to focus on meeting other people my age that have the same interest as me. While I was in Arizona, I made new friends. I went to rock climbing night, game night, other hangouts, and I can really see how different this year is compared to last year already. Overall, I'm really excited to be in California again. It was one of my favorite states to explore last year, and I have so many plans, more things I want to cross off my bucket list here, a bunch of areas I want to explore. I have family and friends here as well that I'm going to be meeting up with, so I think it's going to be a very exciting next couple of months. Since I'm done with dinner, I figure I might as well set the car up for night. I thought sunset was still at 6:30, but now that I'm here, it turns out I have an extra 20 minutes. So I love that. One thing about living in my car is I just love when the sun sets late, so especially during the summer, because then I get to be out longer. Really, whenever it starts to get dark, I'm in my car for the night. I'm not even really sure if it's gonna get buggy tonight, but it's 80 degrees, so I just put all the bug nets up because I need some ventilation. And finally, I'm just gonna watch some TV until I go to sleep because I think tonight is an 8 o'clock bedtime. I think we need an easy watch tonight. Good night, everyone. Good morning. I can't get over how warm it is. It's going to be high 90s throughout this entire week. I don't know how I'm gonna survive this. Final step of my morning routine, and then I'm gonna go outside and clean up a little bit because this area is just trashed. It's so sad. I have one Ziploc bag in my car, so I'm just gonna use it as a glove so I don't have to touch anything directly. And we're off. I filled up one trash bag, which did not take long because there's so much garbage lying around. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel like I made a huge difference, but I guess if every person filled up just one bag, it would make a difference. So if you're gonna be camping, pack in, pack out, leave it better than when you came. One thing about California is there's a ton of national parks here, and I plan to go to every single one of them. So right now I'm gonna start driving to my first national park, and I'll see all of you there next weekend. Thanks for watching.